Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a full face of Wet n Wild products. Most of these I have not tried before, so it is kind of like a first impressions tutorial, whatnot. So if you are excited for some inexpensive makeup and just doing some things, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that little bell notification so you know every time I upload. And if you want to follow me on other social media, I will list those all down below. And let's get started. So first I'm going to put on my cat ears. And because I'm hot as balls right now. Ugh, my face is all red because I am hot as balls. This may or may not contain Fireball. So... anyways, so I already primed my face with this e.l.f. Beauty Shield serum stuff thingamajig. So get that out of the way because it's not Wet n Wild, so it's not supposed to matter. So we're going to start with eyebrows because that is what I do. We have got this Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil. This is shade medium brown. It has a spoolie on one end, and it's got this really weird like triangular, I think there's one by Benefit, I can't remember what it is, but it's like the goof proof brow. I think that's what it kind of reminds me of. So I'm gonna, man, my face is red. This is what drinking does. So let's go in and pretend we know how to do eyebrows. Yeah. I mean, it works. So that's good, right? Yeah. Got that going. So I didn't fill them all the way in just yet. I'm also going to take this Wet n Wild Ultimatebrow Universal Stencil Kit. It looks like this. It comes with 3 brow powders, a highlighter, a brow wax, brow comb, tweezers, a brow brush, and stencils. So it looks like this. It's got little tiny tweezers, little brush, little spoolie. I'm just going to take some of this light shade powder on the little brush it comes with, and I'm just going to kind of run that through my brows. Whew, I'm looking a little sweaty. Oh shit, I almost dropped it. Let's take some of that darker shade, just, ooh, that's dark. Okay. But we're committed. We are committed to this. That didn't go as planned. But it's okay, because we're going to clean them up with concealer. Concealer. That's what that was. Okay, so now we're going to knock everything over. Okay. I'm going to take this Wet n Wild Coverall Liquid Concealer. This is in shade Light. As you can see, it is not very light. But I'm going to use it to prime my eyelids and also carve out my eyebrows because that should be fine. I feel like that didn't do anything. Where can I keep going? Okay, let's try carving out the brows. Top. I'm going to use this little doll face brush. Definitely not the most pigmented concealer I've ever used, but it works, so I'll give it that. Okay, well, it cleaned up the brows nicely, but it's just not very pigmented on my eyelids. Okay, let's take some of this Coverall pressed powder in Fair Light. And we're not going to use the sponge. Just going to dip my damp Real Techniques sponge in it and set my eyelid with that. Just give my eyeshadow a nice base. Oh wow. That made me look so much redder. Oh well. So, you know, I always see all of these like fancy YouTubers that have like this giant Marc Jacobs. I think it's usually like the white one, but it's some kind of bronzer and they use that as their mirror, but it's like gigantic. It's like this, I mean, it's, so I got this little tiny eyeshadow, a little tiny Marc Jacobs eyeshadow. So I thought it would be fun to use that as a little mirror instead of the big giant one that I can't afford. Anyways, so we're going to go into eyes. I'm going to use this Bare Necessities Naked Eye Pan. It comes with a sponge thing that I'm throwing in the trash. And this is what the actual pan looks like. So there's about two matte shades in there, but we're going to work with it. So first, I'm going to take this airbrush shadow brush by It Cosmetics. It's just a fluffy brush. And I'm going to go into the lighter matte shade. Ooh, those are really powdery. I'm going to run that through my crease, a little bit above it. Not the most pigmented eyeshadow, but it's also not bad. Let's dip into that little bit of a darker matte shade. Okay, well, it's fair. Looks decent. Let's just darken that up a little bit. We'll worry about the fallout in a little bit. But next, I am going to take that brush that I used for the concealer, and we are going to do a cut crease. I'm going to put that on a lid. And then, so the little like looking up technique, you can see that it went above my natural crease, and that gives you a really nice line, especially like I have hooded eyes. So that just creates that really nice line for a cut crease. Okay, I guess the concealer is not too bad. So now I'm gonna go in with this Ulta Beauty dual-ended brush. I'm just gonna take the flat eyeshadow brush and I'm gonna dip into this gold shade in the palette. And I'm going to attempt to put that on my lid. I'm just gonna kind of pack it on just in that area where I put the concealer. That went on pretty nicely. I'm kind of impressed. So I'm gonna go back in with this fluffy brush, a little bit of that darker shade, and just kind of blend around the edges. There's a hair in my eye. Okay, a little more blending. Okay, that eye is good for right now. I'm gonna do the other eye off camera and I will be right back. Okay, now we have got both eyes looking decent. I'm gonna take that lighter matte shade again. Just kind of blend those edges. Okay. So now I'm gonna take this Wet n Wild Megaslim Skinny Tip Eyeliner. This is in just shade black. It's got a fairly small tip. And I am terrible with liquid liner, so we're gonna see how this goes. Not too bad so far. Okay. Not the best wing in history, but not the worst that I've ever done. Wing liner just takes a lot of practice, honestly. But that's not too bad. So let me do the other eye and I will be right back. Okay, they're there. Good enough. I actually really like this pencil, well, this liquid liner. It's not like overly watery, but it is liquidy enough, if that makes sense, that I don't feel like I'm tugging at, you know, my eye, which makes it a little easier to make a line. I'm just gonna stop talking about it. Okay, I'm over here sweating in this Moo Moo hoodie. Okay, like my mom got me this hoodie for Christmas. It goes down to my knees and I have been living in it. Like literally just living in it. And I love it, and it's basically like a modern day Moo. Like, it's fine though. It's whatever. Okay, so we need some mascara. That's what we need. I'm gonna go in with this Photofocus lash primer. It is white, and we're gonna put it on. I like to put a whole bunch of this on, and I don't know why, but I do. All right, and for mascara, we're going to try out this Wet n Wild Max Volume Mascara. Oh, it's got an interesting looking brush. Let me get my little mirror. I already can tell that I don't like this, so that's okay, because I actually bought a little, it was like a gift set, and it came with all these little mini mascaras. There's Mega Impact, Mega Length, Mega Volume, and Megaprotein. I'm gonna try the Mega Volume. See how that one works out. Okay, so it's got a little more normal looking thing. Brush, spoolie, whatever you want to call this. Wand, that's the word I'm looking for. Okay. There's this one. This one's a little better. I am a fan of the Better Than Sex mascara, and it is not as good as that, but it's also not as bad as the Too Faced, the Better Than Sex waterproof. That mascara is terrible. I don't recommend that one. A little more. There we go. Okay, well, that one was better. I like that one better. Okay, let's move on, I guess, to the face. So I've got 3 different foundations. Good thing they're like $5 each. Got these 3. I have got the Ultimate Match SPF 15 liquid foundation in shade 852A Ivory. We've got the Coverall cream foundation in shade 815 Fair. And then we have the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation in Porcelain. So let me do some swatches of these real fast. Okay, so I got the lightest shade in all 3 of these. You can see they are all very different. This is the Ultimate Match. That first one, oh Jesus. That's the Ultimate Match, that's the Coverall, and that is the Photofocus. So I think I'm gonna try the Photofocus because that is the lighter of the 3. And I think you're supposed to match them to your chest. And I'm thinking that one matches the best. So I'm gonna use that sponge I didn't want to clean off foundation from my hand. Okay, so it has this little paddle type thing. It is plastic, it's not a sponge. and it also smells like literal paint. So take that into consideration. If that is a deal breaker for you, you shouldn't buy it. Move those other foundations out of the way. And we're gonna blend. I'm just gonna do like one side at a time because I don't know how quickly this will dry. And I know that this does look really light, even on, you know, me who's pale. I mean, you can see, like, I'm pale. I glow in the dark. But also, you can always, you know, use bronzer and stuff to kind of warm it up. And then also, I don't know if this, like, will oxidize. So we will see. I do kind of like this little spatula thing though. It's pretty neat. Okay, so we've got the whole face coated. Make sure you get the neck. It also doesn't help that my face is really red right now. So in person, it definitely doesn't look as ghostly as it does on the camera. It's not my favorite. I will say that. It's definitely not my favorite. But I can work with it, and it's not the worst foundation I've ever tried. It's kind of doing a splotchy thing on my nose that is a real, like, telltale sign for me if a foundation is gonna work. I'm gonna clean my eyebrows up a little bit with this. And also right around this area, it's making my pores a little more accentuated than I would like. But I mean, other than that, I mean, it's not terrible. So, okay, for concealer, I'm gonna cheat. Okay, if you compare this foundation shade to the concealer shade, that's not, no. I used it on my eyes just so that I could get kind of an idea of how it worked, but for concealer, I'm actually just gonna use my e.l.f. concealer in, what shade are you? In Fair. And I'm gonna use that. I know that it's cheating because it's not the Wet n Wild, but at least it is comparable price-wise. But just with how pale my skin is, that was not going to look good. And I don't want to, like, make it worse than it has to be. Oh, okay. Well then. It wiped off my foundation. I don't know if that's the foundation or if that's the concealer's fault. But it's not working. Okay, I guess I'm gonna try it. We will see. This already, I can tell you, isn't gonna be pretty though. That's so annoying. Okay. I'm gonna put some more foundation down. And I guess we won't be doing under eye concealer. Not that you really need it, but I mean, let's be real. I'm not going anywhere. I'm sitting in my house. So, okay. I am literally terrified now to put concealer on my nose, but I'm gonna try it. Just gonna put concealer in the spots that I would normally highlight. Well, okay, so yeah, I think it was just that e.l.f. concealer did not mix well with this Wet n Wild foundation, because the concealer that actually, the Wet n Wild one, worked. So that is where we're at. Okay, so now I'm gonna take that Coverall pressed powder shade Fair, and I'm gonna dip my sponge in it and just put a shit ton under my eyes and the spots that I put the concealer, and just all over my nose. And that looks a little dark, but it's fine. I'm gonna use this airbrush powder brush from It Cosmetics, and I'm gonna powder the rest of my face. And then I don't really do the whole like baking thing for very long, especially not in a video, because me personally, it drives me insane when I'm watching someone do a video and they have like this huge thing of powder everywhere. It just looks like you got lost in a cocaine factory, and it drives me insane. Okay, so now that I'm covered in powder, that powder was very powdery. Who would have guessed? So now I'm going to take this Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer in shade Ticket to Brazil. Looks like this. And I'm just going to take this little Bare Minerals face brush and just do a little bronzing. It took me forever to get this video started. I was sitting here and my cat is sitting on the floor right in front of me, and every time I would start to film, she would start licking her ass, and she was using this obscenely just loud slurping, and I was like, there's no way that I can film with this happening and not lose my shit. So I took a little break and went and got some apple cider with some whiskey in it. Yay, Fireball. Fuck, okay. Oh, shit. I'm just gonna get it everywhere. That's fine. This is fine. Okay, well, that looks bronze and stuff. There wasn't like a contour thing. So we're bronzing. That's what we're doing. I'm gonna make sure you create that fake chin, you know, jawline, so that you can pretend you only have one chin. But you don't want to go too dark here because you will look like you have a 5 o'clock shadow. And that is not what you want. Unless you want that. That's totally cool too. Now we're going to go in with this Wet n Wild Ombre blush. It looks like this. This is a shade, the Princess Daiquiries. Oh, how clever. Now I'm going to use a Wet n Wild brush. I think this is actually like a foundation brush. But fuck that. I don't like foundation brushes. But anyway, I'm going to take this darkest pink shade mostly. And okay, I'll just swirl all of it. It's very subtle. Very subtle. So if you like a lot of blush color, maybe don't buy this. Unless you want to sit here and do this, like I am doing. I like to put a little bit of blush on just right there. Right above the tip of my nose. It gives you that little sun-kissed, like you actually left the house look. Like, oh, maybe she actually gets some sun and doesn't just sit in her house and watch memes. Watch memes, yeah, okay. Look at memes. Okay, so for highlight, Wet n Wild highlighting palette. It has these really pretty highlighters in it. And then I also actually have 2 other ones. Let me do some swatches. Okay, so the highlighters that I have 6 of them. There's 4 in that pan and then 2 separate. So starting on this side, the purple one that is first is Royal Calyx. And then next is Blossom Glow. And then the third one over, Sweet Peony. I don't know if that's how you say that. Sorry. The bluish one is Diamond Lily. Wild Cosmos is the greenish one. And then you can't really see the last one, but that is Blushing Azalea. So I think I'm gonna do, let's do that third one. Well, no, let's try that last one that didn't really show up because I want to make it show up. So I'm gonna, look how adorable this is. It's a Wet n Wild brush and it's unicorn and it's really pretty. So we're gonna get that last shade Azalea or whatever it said. Blushing Azalea. And yeah, that doesn't show up very well. Let's add some of that first pink shade in here. I think that's the one that I have used before. That's the like one item. So we'll put some on the tip, just the tip, a little on the bridge. Put some on the chin, Cupid's bow, and I'm gonna take the other end of that eyeshadow brush used and I'm gonna put some of that right there. Just along the brow bone and under the entire eyebrow because why not? And apparently in the eyebrow. And then I'm gonna put that in the corner. Get that inner corner glow. And also, let's go back to that eyeshadow palette real fast. and take a clean brush. And I'm gonna take a little bit of this second shade in here. I'm gonna put that just a little towards the inner corner. And then I'm gonna take that darker brown shade and just run that along the lower lash line. There we go. That is better. I'm making a mess here. Okay, so last, let's do some lip stuff. We're gonna do a red lip because why the fuck not? So I've got this gel lip liner. It is in shade Red the Scene. Looks like that. And I'm gonna shittily line my lips. I just realized I'm covering up everything I'm doing. My bad. I have a mustache. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Well. Oh well. We're just gonna go with it. Okay, we're gonna take this Wet n Wild lipstick. This is shade Hot Red. And that definitely is a lot pinker than the lip liner. Ooh. Let me just, I don't even know. Okay. We gonna fix it. Apparently we're just gonna really, really overline the lips today. Fuck. Okay. Okay, you know what? I'm done trying to fix this. So now I'm gonna go in with this Mega Slicks lip gloss. This is in shade Crushed Rubies. It has glitter and it's pretty. And we're gonna put that on top. And that will fix everything. Okay, so last step. We are almost done. We're gonna go in with this Natural Finish setting spray. Oh wow, that smells kind of good. can't, it kind of smells like pixie sticks. That's weird. And now, oh shit. Now we'll take my hair down and we can do the final look. Okay. I am never gonna do that ever again. There's lipstick all over my teeth, sorry. Okay, anyways. This has gone on for way too long, so I am gonna stop it there. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it is yet again another long fucking video that I have put out, because I don't give a fuck, and sorry. Not sorry. Anyways, if you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that notification button and subscribe and all that other good jazz. If you want to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, blah, 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 I will link that down below. I will list everything that I've used today down below as well. And that is it. All right, well, I will see you in my next video. Bye!